Have you ever noticed that even in a house with several people, your cat seems to have a favorite? That one person they always look for, the one they sleep next to, meow at, or follow from room to room? Well, that doesn't happen by chance. Cats are way more selective and observant than we might think, and in this video, we're going to discover how they choose their favorite human. Stick with me until the end, because besides understanding your feline's behavior better, you'll learn how to become that special person, or how to strengthen that bond if you're already the chosen one. And before we dive in, go ahead and hit the like button. It really helps me keep creating content about the feline world. If you love cats as much as I do, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because there's a new video every week. Oh, and drop a comment below if you think you're your cat's favorite human. I'd love to hear your story. Now, let's get to the heart of it. Cats observe. And when I say they observe, I don't mean once in a while. I mean all the time. Every step you take, every gesture, every word spoken around them is being noticed, more attentively than we might realize. Cats have an incredibly sharp sense of perception, not just of the physical space, but of the energy people give off. They pick up on who feeds them, yes. That matters. But they also notice how it's done. Is it with care? With gentleness? They remember who approaches them calmly, who respects their space, who doesn't force attention when they clearly want to be left alone. They listen to your tone of voice and sense whether you're calm, anxious, rushed, or even sad. It might sound like an exaggeration, but cats are masters of body language. And based on all of these subtle cues, they begin to form connections. They know who feels safe, who brings peace, and who can be a source of positive, or not so positive, experiences. While dogs tend to warm up to everyone quickly, cats take their time. They're selective, thoughtful, and for that reason, when a cat chooses someone, it means something. When a cat chooses you, it's not random. It's because, in their eyes, you passed all the invisible tests they've been running over time. You proved to be trustworthy, you respected them, cared for them, and more than anything, offered your presence without pressure. That's the language of feline love. And the most interesting part, most of the time, we don't even realize we're being evaluated. Cats do it silently, subtly, but their watchful eyes miss nothing. If you've ever caught your cat staring at you from across the room, like they're studying you, they are. They're deciding whether you're someone they can trust. And when they finally choose to come closer, ask for affection, or curl up in your lap, that's a huge milestone, a privilege. So yes, if a cat has chosen you as their favorite human, celebrate it. It means you've earned the heart of a creature. That doesn't give it away easily. A cat that chooses you is a cat that trusts you, that feels safe with you, and that sees you as more than a caregiver. They see you as a true companion. Some people still believe that cats are cold, distant, or even indifferent. Maybe it's because they don't show affection the same way dogs do, with wagging tails, jumping around, licking, and constant excitement. But the idea that cats don't love or form strong bonds is a huge myth. And anyone who truly lives with a cat knows that their love is real, deep, and full of subtle expressions. The truth is, cats have their own unique way of showing affection, and it's full of little gestures that become incredibly endearing once you learn how to notice them. When a cat chooses a favorite human, they show it constantly, just in quieter ways. They start following that person around the house, like they don't want to lose sight of them. You walk from one room to another, and there they are, padding along, quietly watching. It's not about being clingy. It's about being present. It's their way of saying, I want to be where you are. And when it's time to sleep, if your cat chooses to lie next to you, or even on top of you, That's more than comfort. It's a sign of absolute trust. Cats, by nature, avoid vulnerability. They only sleep deeply around those they truly feel safe with. When your cat curls up in your lap, stretches out on your chest, or gently headbutts your face, they're saying, in their own way, I feel safe with you. Purring, for example, is one of the most recognizable and beloved sounds in the feline world. And while cats may purr for various reasons, when they do it while snuggled up to you, especially during a petting session, it almost always means contentment, happiness, and peace. It's their way of saying, this feels good, I like being with you. Then there's that classic behavior people like to call making biscuits. When your cat needs you with their paws, pressing alternately like they're working dough, this is a leftover behavior from kittenhood, when they'd knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. If your cat does this with you, it means they see you as a source of comfort, a figure of care and warmth. It's one of the most honest and emotional signs of affection a cat can offer. So no, cats are not cold. They just speak a different language. They communicate with their eyes, their bodies, their soft gestures. They choose you, test you, and once they know they can trust you, they express their love in a very real and meaningful way. And those who learn to read these signs discover that a cat's affection is one of the most special kinds of love there is, because it's earned, not given away freely. And when it's earned, it's for life. So, what really makes a cat choose you as their favorite human? Well, there are several factors, and the most important thing to understand is that cats value predictability. They love having a routine, a consistent rhythm, because it gives them a sense of control over what's happening around them. If you're the person who feeds the cat at the right time, plays with them, gives them attention regularly, they will associate your presence with something positive and safe. They'll recognize that they can rely on you, and that's key too, building a strong bond. Cats have excellent memory, and consistent actions create a familiar and comfortable environment for them, making them feel more and more at ease around you. Now, let's talk about the tone of voice. Cats are very sensitive to sound, and they feel more at ease with people who speak in a calm, soft tone, without sudden movements or loud noises. Unlike dogs, who might get excited with loud voices and high energy, cats are more sensitive creatures, and they prefer a peaceful atmosphere. If you speak to them in a gentle, soothing voice, it's like telling them, I'm not a threat. I'm someone you can trust. A soft tone of voice conveys security, and that makes the cat want to get closer and feel more comfortable with you. So, of course, if your voice is calm and not startling, the cat will begin to associate your presence with peace and tranquility. But there's another very important factor: emotional experience. When you interact with a cat in a positive way, whether it's offering affection, playing, or simply spending quality time together, you are creating an emotional bond. Every time the cat approaches you and receives affection or attention, it strengthens the connection between you. It's what I like to call repeated positive experiences. And as we know, repetition is key in building a deep relationship. The experience of approaching you and being treated with love, care, and respect becomes increasingly rewarding for the cat. This doesn't just make them want to be closer to you, it creates an emotional association between your presence and their well-being. The cat will recognize you as a source of comfort and pleasure, and will seek more of those experiences. The repetition of good experiences gradually solidifies this bond, making it stronger and stronger. The cat will realize that you are a safe person they can trust, and that you always provide a sense of happiness and satisfaction. The more this routine of affection and positive interaction repeats, the more the cat will want to be near you. Over time, they begin to choose you, not just because you feed or take care of them, but because they genuinely want to be by your side. Have you ever heard the myth that cats only like people who ignore them? Well, there's a bit of truth to it, but it's not that simple. What really happens is that cats are very independent animals and are highly sensitive to their personal space. They're not like dogs, who often show affection immediately and with great enthusiasm. Cats, by nature, prefer to approach those who respect their time and personal space. They are drawn to people who don't force contact, who don't constantly seek to pet them, and who don't overwhelm them with attention. If someone is too pushy or insists on petting them when the cat isn't in the mood, it might make the cat pull away. On the other hand, people who are calmer, quieter, end up being more attractive to cats. This happens because these people convey a sense of security and trust, which is incredibly important for a cat. They prefer calm, patience, and don't feel pressured. So the idea that cats only approach those who ignore them is a little off. What actually happens is that they are drawn to people who have a calm energy, who respect their boundaries and their time. But here's the key. If you know how to respect the cat's time and gradually gain their trust, you too can become their favorite person. It's not about rushing things. The relationship with a cat is built slowly with trust, patience, and a lot of observation. When a cat notices that you're not pressuring them for attention, they will naturally start to come closer. And that's when the process of bonding begins, where you start to win over this wonderful, unique creature. And here comes the best part: how to strengthen that connection. Ready? You know that time of day when your cat is most active, usually in the early morning or at night when they have lots of energy. Take advantage of those moments to interact with them. Cats love to play, and these hunting activities are perfect for creating an emotional bond. Use interactive toys like wands, bowls, and other toys that engage their natural hunting instincts. By playing with your cat, you create a positive association with your presence. They begin to realize that when you're around, there's fun and stimulation for their instincts. And this reinforces the emotional connection between you. Additionally, during the day, pet your cat in the spots they enjoy the most. Many cats love a good petting session on the head, around the ears, and even under the chin. These are sensitive and relaxing areas for them, and the fact that you're willing to touch them in those spots strengthens their trust. Just remember to always pay attention to their behavior. If they show signs of being tired or not wanting more affection, respect that. The most important thing is to understand that your relationship with a cat isn't just about giving affection. It's also about respecting their moments. Now, the most important part of all: respect when they want to be alone. This is crucial. Forcing interaction is the biggest mistake someone can make when trying to win over a cat. Cats are extremely independent beings, and part of that independence involves having their own moments of solitude. They will seek you out when they're ready to socialize. If you insist on interacting when they're not in the mood, it can create an emotional barrier. But if you know how to give them space when needed, they will know they can rely on you, and they will come closer when they feel like it. Ultimately, when you respect their space, offer fun play sessions and become a source of comfort and security. For the cat, they begin to associate you with positive experiences. This creates a cycle of trust, affection, and mutual respect that over time will make you their favorite person. And remember, each cat is unique. So take your time to discover what works best with yours, and be patient as that connection naturally develops. Over time, you'll start to notice changes. Your cat will seek you out more, jump onto your lap, sleep beside you, look into your eyes, and blink slowly. By the way, this is their way of saying, "I love you," in feline language. It might seem subtle, but these gestures are true declarations of affection. And once you become your cat's favorite human, there's no turning back. It's a quiet love, but a deep one. So if today you're your cat's preferred human, enjoy that privilege. And if you're not there yet, start building that bond with patience, affection, and respect. A relationship with a cat doesn't happen automatically, but when it does, it's for real. Now, tell me in the comments, do you think you're the chosen one? How does your cat show affection towards you? I'd really love to hear about your relationship with your cat. And of course, if this video helped you understand your cat's behavior better, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, because there's a lot more good stuff coming your way. In the next video, I'll talk about the most common mistakes that push cats away. And hey, maybe you're making one of them without even realizing it. So stay tuned, sending a kiss, a pet to your cat, and see you next time.